Hello, we today are going to talk about wisdom because who does not need more of that? I know I do. We're going to start in James 1:5. This is a pretty well-read scripture, and then I'm going to go to a not so well-read scripture to bring some depth into it. So James 1:5 says, "If any of you lacks wisdom to guide him through a decision or a circumstance, he is to ask of our benevolent God, who gives to everyone generously and without reproach or blame, and it will be given to him. But he must ask for wisdom in faith, without doubting God's willingness to help." Okay, so that's a well-read scripture. Earlier this morning, I was reading in the book of Psalms, and I ended up in Psalms 8, which is labeled the commendation of wisdom. Wisdom in this, you can go and read it yourself. I'm not going to go through the entire chapter because it's really long. Number one identifies as a she, and I'm not going to go into that. I just found that interesting. I don't know enough about that to go into it. But I am going to read from verses 22 to 28. This is going to bring some depth into when you ask for wisdom. What is wisdom and where did it or she come from? "The Lord created and possessed me." This is wisdom talking. "The Lord created and possessed me at the beginning of his way, before his works of old were accomplished. From everlasting I was established and ordained from the beginning, before the earth existed, godly wisdom, existed. When there were no ocean depths, I was born. When there were no fountains and springs overflowing with water, before the mountains were settled, before the hills, I was born. While he had not yet made the earth and the fields, or the first of the dust of the earth. When he established the heavens, wisdom, was there. When he drew a circle upon the face of the deep, when he made firm the skies above, when the fountains and springs of the deep became fixed and strong. I'm going to go ahead and keep reading. When he set forth the sea its boundary, so the waters would not transgress the boundary set by his command. When he marked out the foundations of the earth, then I was beside him as a master craftsman." This is wisdom. So now let's go back to James 1-5. That scripture blew my mind. I don't think I've ever really read that before. "If any of you lacks wisdom to guide him through a decision or a circumstance, he is to ask our benevolent God, who gives to everyone generously and without rebuke or blame, and it will be given to him. But he must ask for wisdom in faith, without doubting God's willingness to help." This is saying that if you don't know what to do, if you're overwhelmed, sorry if you hear the puppy in the background, he hears me talking. If you're overwhelmed, if you have a circumstance, an issue, something you do not know what to do, you don't know what decision to make, you don't know how to feel about it, you're praying, you're asking God for help, you feel like nothing's happening. If you ask for wisdom, you are asking the person or the being who God created, that was there before the earth we're standing on was here. That to me is incredible. And it says he will freely give it if you ask in faith, without doubting that God will give it to you. I don't know what circumstance you're dealing with, relational issue, financial issue, health issue. There's so many things that we deal with in this life. But God says that if we seek him first, he'll work everything else out. If you need wisdom, if you lack understanding, if you don't know what to do in simplest terms, you can ask and he will show you. Maybe not right that second, but he will guide you. He will lead you. He'll give you a feeling, an inkling. Something will just happen and you'll be like, why did that happen? But that actually worked out really well. Wisdom. Study this. Read Psalms chapter 8 and James chapter 1. I believe it will encourage you. I kind of put myself in wisdom's place, like, whoa, He was forming the ocean boundaries. There was not even any sea life in there yet, and there was wisdom. You can ask, and you will receive wisdom from wisdom that came straight, it was created straight from God. You have access to that kind of understanding and knowledge. Go for it. I hope this encourages you, and I hope this gets you to dig in the Word. You will not be sorry. Have a good day.